Where you going, honey? I want a lap dance.
You know,
Okay, so you're an American.
Fuck you.
take this. I'm gonna talk to these guys. Can you do that for me? I got all this money here. I'm gonna give you one last chance to keep your word.
The story opens in Dagestan near the Russian border, where elite Special Operations soldier Alexander leads a three-man strike team on a dangerous covert mission. Their objective is to eliminate Abu Khan, a feared terrorist leader, and capture Mr. Chun, the international arms dealer financing his operations. Guided by a military drone operator, Alexander and his teammate breach the compound, quickly taking down the guards with lethal precision. As they push deeper into the hideout, Alexander discovers that Khan has surrounded himself with innocent children to prevent an assault. Realizing civilians are inside, Alexander urgently contacts command and orders the incoming missile strike to be canceled. The drone operator refuses, claiming the missile cannot be recalled. With only seconds remaining, Alexander blasts open the main entrance, hunts down Abu Khan, and kills him before the terrorist can escape. Mr. Chun, however, slips away during the chaos. Moments later, a Hellfire missile slams into the compound. Alexander shields a nearby young girl with his own body as the explosion destroys the building. Every terrorist inside is killed, but the child dies in Alexander's arms. Haunted by the deaths of both the little girl and his own teammates, Alexander leaves the military and disappears. 2 years later, Alexander is living anonymously in Romania under a false identity, working as a maintenance man in a quiet apartment complex. While walking his dog one morning, he notices a woman named Lena and her younger sister locked out of their apartment. Without saying much, he effortlessly unlocks the door for them before continuing on his way. Elsewhere, Lena's older brother Sasha works as an enforcer for powerful Russian crime boss Vladimir. While collecting protection money, Vladimir's men brutally assault a local businessman despite his attempts to explain that he already paid part of his debt. Sasha steps in before they permanently injure the man and secretly pays the remaining balance himself, revealing he still has a conscience despite his criminal life. Soon afterward, Sasha receives word that several of Vladimir's men have been murdered. Arriving at the scene, he finds their bodies marked with Chinese writing in blood while traditional incense burns nearby, making it appear that a rival Chinese triad carried out the killings. Sasha isn't loyal to Vladimir out of choice. He only serves the organization because he inherited his late father's enormous debt. Meanwhile, Lena also works for Vladimir at his luxury nightclub for the same reason. When Vladimir learns that $300,000 belonging to Mr. Chun has been stolen during the massacre, panic sets in. Knowing Chin's reputation for ruthless punishment, Vladimir replaces the missing money from his own private funds and orders his men to personally deliver it to Chin's representative as proof of his loyalty. During a meeting, Sasha asks Vladimir to release Lena from the family's debt, but Vladimir refuses, insisting she remains his property until every dollar is repaid. Later that night, Alexander visits the nightclub to check on Lena. Vladimir notices the interaction and sends one of his men to threaten Alexander and warn him to stay away. Alexander quickly disables the thug with a few precise strikes before leaving the club alongside Lena. As they walk home, 3 more gangsters intercept them and demand that Lena return to work. Alexander effortlessly defeats them, takes possession of the briefcase containing Vladimir's replacement, $300,000, and walks away with the cash. Shortly afterward, police officers Pavel and Maria investigate the bodies left behind. The Chinese incense and expertly inflicted sword wounds convince them the murders are connected to the earlier massacre and were committed by someone highly trained with short blades. When Mr. Chun discovers the replacement money has also been stolen, he gives Vladimir just 24 hours to recover every dollar. If the money isn't returned in time, Chen declares that Lena will become collateral. Convinced Sasha stole the cash to erase his family's debt, Vladimir sends assassins to kill him. Sasha defeats the attackers using his martial arts skills and barely escapes with his life. Believing Sasha is already dead, Vladimir heads to the apartment building intending to kidnap Lena. Instead, he abducts her younger sister Maya, planning to hand her over to one of Mr. Chen's international buyers. Alexander arrives too late to stop the kidnapping, but brutally beats the remaining gangsters before Lena tells him her sister has been taken. Vladimir delivers Maya to Mr. Chun instead of Lena, hoping it will satisfy him. Chun is furious that Vladimir ignored his direct orders. To prove he has run out of patience, Chun executes Vladimir's top lieutenant without hesitation and gives Vladimir only 14 more hours to bring Lena to him or suffer the same fate. Alexander takes Lena to a secluded church where Sasha is secretly recovering from his injuries. There, Alexander finally reveals the truth. Since the failed Dagestan mission, he has spent 2 years tracking Mr. Chen's global network of money laundering and terrorist financing. Alexander proposes an alliance with Sasha. Together, they can rescue Maya while finally ending Mr. Chen's criminal empire. Leaving Lena under the protection of the church priest, Alexander heads alone to Vladimir's nightclub. Armed with his deadly devil butcher sword, Alexander slices through Vladimir's guards before capturing the crime boss alive. Through brutal interrogation, he forces Vladimir to reveal the exact location of Mr. Chen's headquarters. At the same time, Sasha approaches the authorities with evidence exposing Vladimir's money laundering activities and Chen's international terrorist connections. Rather than attacking Chen's compound immediately, Alexander forces Vladimir to arrange a meeting. He returns the stolen $300,000 and offers to exchange the cash for Maya's release. Chen pretends to agree but deliberately delays the trade to buy himself time. After leaving the police station, Sasha is suddenly attacked by Constable Pavel, who knocks him unconscious and reveals himself to be a corrupt officer secretly working for Chen's organization. Meanwhile, Chen's men trace Lena's location to the church. When Alexander returns, he discovers the priest beaten unconscious and Lena kidnapped. Sasha later wakes up imprisoned inside Chen's safe house. Using improvised tools, he carefully dismantles the reinforced door and escapes. Chen's chief enforcer spots him through the security cameras, but Sasha overpowers him and manages to free his sister. Outside the compound, constables Pavel and Maria arrive. Pavel suddenly attacks his own partner, knocking her unconscious and fully exposing his loyalty to Chun. Maria is taken to a scrapyard, handcuffed to a wrecked vehicle, and prepared for execution by fire. Before they can ignite the fuel, Sasha storms into the scrapyard with guns blazing. He kills Pavel instantly, while Chen's remaining men flee into an abandoned building. Sasha pursues them inside and finishes off the last surviving enforcer, completely destroying Chen's local command structure. Meanwhile, outside Chen's estate, Lena finally confronts Vladimir. Driven by everything he has done to her family, she takes revenge and permanently ends his reign. Alexander then enters Chen's heavily guarded mansion to complete the planned exchange. As expected, Chen betrays the agreement, declaring that he no longer cares about the money. Sasha arrives at that moment, and together they launch an all-out assault, eliminating Chen's soldiers one by one. Fighting with his twin butcher swords, Alexander cuts through the remaining guards until only Mr. Chun is left standing. Chun draws his own blade, and the two engage in a fast-paced sword duel. After an intense battle, Alexander lands a single decisive strike that kills Chun once and for all. With Chun dead, Alexander rescues Maya and finally finds redemption for the innocent child he failed to save in Dagestan 2 years earlier. The story concludes with Sasha taking Maya to the United States to begin a new life free from the burden of their family's debts. Alexander chooses to remain in Europe with Lena, leaving his violent past behind as they begin a peaceful future together.